Welcome everyone to another video. Today we're looking at the continuation of independence from China, how India is going to have a new neighbor, and how more of the African areas are going to be discovered and finally colonized, as some African nations are going to be invaded. Let's get straight into this. So we're going to see that our good friend the Chinese, the Chinese, the Chinese are going to have a breakaway that is eerily very similar to them. And that's because there's the princess of this country, the Chinese, is going to reside now here because that's going to be their queendom now. They are now the queendom and something like that. Closer to some stuff, I don't know, Shimukagans. And they're just going to do some stuff, and that's it. They're going to take a bit more land. That's it for them. And then another nation kind of declares independence around some of these lands. Gotta kind of smooth out the borders. So we have another breakaway. This guy eventually kind of gets a bit mad at the Chinese, so and that's because they aren't allowed to take any more land, even though they are quite crooked, and they're going to invade into the Chinese. And the Chinese are like, okay, you can take land, just don't invade us anymore. And these guys are like, okay, we're going to take a lot of land because we are mad, and you just surrender to us because, well, those who surrender don't deserve a lot of land. This guy manages to take a bit of land before eventually another guy declares independence because, well, yeah, life is life, what can you do? And this guy who declares independence is weirdly quite interesting because they look like this, but in actuality they are kinda closer to a democratic nation. Well, it's more like a senate stuff is going on. Also, this guy forced to sell these lands. But hey, what can you say? This guy is the these two are kind of beefing. These two are like between them, and it's kind of a weird thing. So. We see that this area kind of wait, I gotta make something really quick. A new color scheme, yeah. We see that another nation is going to pop up, but this time it's going to be a nation between these two guys, and it's going to be quite good for it because that position is actually quite good because food coming from this area is now going through it and into these guys. As you can see, this Chinese country over here is smack dab in the middle of, well, important trade routes that are going through the south. Spoiler alert, they are quite good at stuff. We also see that another nation is going to declare independence, but this time it's going to be a bit different because it's going to be a full-on breakaway rebellion, and yeah, these nations are going to be quite astonished by this new nation just popping up right on the doorstep, and the fact that it's just so large is giving away the fact that they probably had to do some stuff to get over here. But actually this is controlled by not only a warlord, but a warlord who who joins this country. So not that bad. But the southern Chinese, as I'm going to call them now, are going to invade in this bigger way because, well, they want more land. And, well, these guys declare that they are surrendering. This guy gets invaded, and annexation by annexation. And, well, somebody declares that they want to have independence, they kind of do their stuff, and the warlords kind of take them over and war. Basically, the warlords are doing anything to take as much land as possible, and seeing how big they are, the Chinese are going to be like, you know what? I think it's time that we gave a very large people that wanted pretty much their independence. And that's going to be a very big people of Chinese that don't see themselves as Chinese. They think differently, they speak differently, and they basically have their own language now. And that's who they are going to be, and they are going to look like that. And the Chinese are going to now have a very large problem, because another nation declares independence, and this is not by intention. This is by like pure inconceivable rage that is going on here. And what do I mean by rage? Well, I mean, have you seen how many blue nations there are in the world? There are so few, and I'm actually a bit mad that there isn't enough, so I'm going to make a few more. And I'm just going to carve up these guys because, well, the Chinese kind of don't have any reason to exist anymore. They have like, they were big before because they kind of had enough power to hold themselves together until they had the rebellions and stuff, but now they are like very small. Think they had all of this land, all of this, and now they don't have anything. Also, gotta make a bit more yellow. Exist on the damn map. Woo! Wait. I have an idea. So, what if these guys over here decided to kinda secretly become a northern rulers nation? Basically, India, a monarchy, empire, or whatever you call it, has now given the emperor has given his son, his thirdborn son, some land. And that was to get him away from all of the throne stuff. That was just to get them away. And as you can see, they are a new neighbor, but they're going to be quick about where they're going to expand. And with a lot of people being over here, a lot of population, they're going to expand outwards. They're going to have over the next few years a bit of a boom in like expansion. They're going to have a population boom that will constitute their expansion, and it will just be quite good of an excuse just to go over here and expand, because they have a lot of population. They don't really have enough space. So, quick thing, they are quite big now. Second thing, they are planning on making a very weird border. And they are ready to help the Hanoians take even more lands. But surprise, surprise, somebody else takes some land before them. And that's these guys. Because, well, yeah, the more land you have, the more prestigious you look. That's basically everyone's thought over here. And basically, the Hanoians will in turn take some land. And now they are quite astonished with the Silk Road not being yet here, but, well, more nations are doing more expansions. What to expect when another nation declares that they will do like this type of expansion? Not very much. I'm going to expand these guys a bit because, well, expansion, they are going to have a lot of more population. Secondly, they are going to be going to do some bad stuff soon, so not going to be quite bad for us, because that means we get more plot added. Yippee! The plot line is extending into a lot of areas. Yeah, this looks like very good map. We do see that the Kazakhs will make a expansion attempt over here, but surprise, surprise! Not only do their expansion attempts kinda field a lot of land, but they run into a few people, and that will be expansionist people who are making expansions into some areas. As you can see, the purple and brown nation are going to make expansion attempts, and they're going to be successful. But this blue country, ruled by a now king, is going to make a move over here, taking these lands. This guy and this guy are going to quickly make their moves right before anyone else can take more lands. And as you can see, this guy kinda gets panhandled kinda weirdly, but they're going to be okay with it because, well, yeah, they're okay with it. Can I get rid of this? Yep, I can. Because, well, yep, I can get rid of stuff. We do see that the queen of this country kind of declares expansion time for the nation. And as we can see, a lot of the expansion is going quite fast. And well, yeah. Life is good, life is bad. Sometimes we see that this guy is expansionist. And yeah, we see that a lot of the areas around here are going to be expanded into, because, well, why not? And the Chinese countries over here will be quite pleased when they kind of cut off Hanoi from taking a bit more land. Same with this Indian country. And seeing this, Hanoi will be like, bro, we had a deal, didn't we? And people are like confused. How did we have a deal? And it says, look, your former country that you were a part of said that you will give us land if you have ever been like a part of it. And it's kind of obliged now. And they are just making sure that they just want more land. But what happens, as a climatic really, nothing really does happen. That's because nobody really cares about this, and they just say, okay, the agreement was a long time ago, now it's null. Wait, nada. So, and the Hanoians aren't very happy about that, but they are going to suck it up, because what can you do? If you're going to be salty about it, be salty about something else, like not having the glorious and luxurious lands that could be very beneficial in the future. Because, well, yeah, having beneficial lands are going to be quite good for the nation that you are a part of. And we'll make a few other nations, because why not? And I think I'm gonna give the rest of this away. Actually, I'm going to make some nations carve it up, and I think that's going to be it for this area, because, well, it's already being carved up even more. So I don't see very much any need to be, well, over here for a while. Now we have that area, and it's going to be controlled by this thing. Yippee! We have Asia now filled in. Most of it. Just don't look up north, because two nations are already going up north, and they are kinda liking it. No, wait. as we can see, this brown nation is going up north, and the Vladivostokan country is also going north, bordering at least. These guys are the area that they don't know about is going to be quite good for them, because now they're going to send search parties and exploration parties in these lands, finding out it's very, very good for settlementation, and people are going to be quite happy about this. Because, well, if you have land that you can expand into, that's better than not having land to expand into. Also, quick thing, it's expansion time. And that's because, well, as you can see, these guys are making expansions. And that's it. This guy is also going to purchase a bit more land. Well, not purchase, but, well, buy a bit of land from one of the shogunates, who doesn't really care about its own peoples and stuff. Even though they were in a race before, they just don't kind of care anymore. Life is life. What can you do? People change over time. Opinions do as well. But we're going to see Africa being slowly, like not only slowly, but also fast, in a fast action film. They would be quite discovered quite fast. Basically, these guys are being quite fast in the discoveries in Africa, because, well, yeah, I don't know what to say here. I'm just gonna say that they discovered a lot of land. I'm going to have to say that most of Africa is now kinda discovered. Northern Africa, but the southern parts are still being discovered slowly, because people are going to slowly start to explore more inland. And from the Indian colonies, they can already tell that life is good, life is very good. And for the Reds, they are making headway into something like basically finding islands. Yeah, they're finding islands. Now, they have also found Madagascar already, but they don't really go over there just yet. They have landed, explored a bit, but not much. Just a few pieces of land, nothing much, really. That was until they kind of decided that they wanted a bigger colony. Found that little island, so yeah, they have now this island as a waypoint for them. And the red team is going to finally make a permanent colony. As we can see, these guys are going to do some stuff, and they're going to make 2 colonies on Madagascar, one over here and another over here. Well, actually not 2, but multiple, because they want a lot of land to be theirs, and they want to essentially connect up all of these colonies at some point and make a large colonial thing. Life is good for them. And what can you say? If life is good, life is good. And now that the Reds have multiple colonies in Africa, everyone is going to do some stuff, and that is expansion. And as you can see, India has made another colony, because why not? They can make it, they will make it, and, well, they don't have anything to do except for make more colonies and focus on the people. Eventually we're going to see that they're going to take a bit of land down south from anyone who tries to get there over there, and they're also going to expand their little colony over here a bit more, because why not? Colonies are colonies, they like colonies. Colonialism, yippee! But we do see that Morocco and this guy will have a bit of an agreement. Morocco will have these lands as their own, and in return they will give over a few lands that they kind of didn't really take, and they will also be friendly towards the Dutch, who kind of made it whole proposition that they could take these lands. And it's around this time that we actually get the war, and that is this guy is going to war with this guy. So why is the Italians? Why are the Italians going to war? Well, they want to go to war, and secondly, they just want to do so. So they make a move over into this nation who wasn't prepared for this. Monaco will be also surprised, and so will be the Dutch. But the Dutch think don't see really a need to intervene because they don't really need a Atlantic thing because on Mediterranean coast. So yeah, the Italians speed run the whole invasion thing, and as soon as they make it to this guy's capital, they suffer defeat after defeat, but they don't really give up, and eventually they take it over. With them owning all of this, they will also ask this guy for these 2 pieces of land. They will be given these, and after a few meddling things, they have to kill this guy's leader and invade it. I know I just speedran a lot of things, but trust me, this is going to seem a bit less weird because the Moroccans weren't in the most stable parts, and also, as you guessed, these guys are going to actually join these guys because they see how these guys are making a lot of headway in their things. And yeah, also this guy is being protected by this guy, so it's technically a part of this neutral block, but it's not. So this guy is up, eyeing this guy up, but knows this guy is protecting its sons. Things happen. But after a few crucial days, they're going to actually have the Tunisians, Carthaginians, are going to have a rebellion that is pro joining this guy, and they're going to actually take over these three cities. A landing over here that is held by these guys takes over these lands, and quickly we see that these rebellions are actually invasion teams who kinda started the invasion, built up public support, and then started the invasion fully. As we can see, the Italians are going to be quite ready for stuff, and they're going to invade into the rest of Carthage and then take the capital, making that their first colony. And quickly we're going to see that this colony will be, well, as guessed, a colony, but they will immediately also invade into the Algerian country, wanting a bit more colonies because, well, yeah, they will first take this area, and they will make a large amount of gains in a decisive battle that allows them to take a lot more lands. Is going to be fought right over here, and after the battle we see that these guys are actually going to have quite a surprise because they are being pushed back over here because they lost the decisive battle, but they still got a lot of land over here. Oh my god. And that will constitute and them kind of forcing these guys to surrender after a naval landing over here destroys this forces over here, makes them go over here, take this out, and after that that falls, it's kind of annexed. So yep, these guys have this guy has a colony over here. Libya is being eyed up by both this guy and this guy. For some reason they just want more colonies in Africa, and they just look at Libya and it's like, oh, you look very scrumptious. And it's around this time that we see this guy finally gaining their independence and becoming quite blue. We see that what was it? Nice country is going to apply to join this military alliance, which is going to be accepted on the condition that they kind of don't do much, just are okay with allowing themselves to be, well, entered, just so they can be protected, basically. This they are going to accept, and as we can see, it's now part of this alliance over here. Quick thing, this looks like a circle. It is not part of a circle, it's just how it is. And just to make sure that you know that, yeah, doing that. But after Monaco was joined this country, well, not country, but alliance, we see that the Dutch team will be like, whoa, 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 we already have one alliance on our borders. What is this? What is this? What is this? We'll also see that this Britannian country will, well, not Britannian, but Britain country will also join this alliance. And quickly we see the Dutch wanting to make their own, so they make the Diamond Alliance. That now constitutes, them having 2 members, and that would be that, and somehow will be these guys. Because why not? And as we can see, Europe is looking quite bad, but what can you say? Also, what can you say about these areas? Because they're being even more explored. And after a bit of doing stuff, these areas are going to be explored. Also, this is going to be, well, taken over, perhaps. Who knows? I don't know. But as we can see, the Scots are going to make a lot of stuff happen. The Scots are going to do, oh my god, 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 oh my god. I'm getting a bit frustrated with all of this thing. Oh my god, But we do see them and the Irish making a deal that the Irish will give over these lands in return for the Scots giving over these lands. So now their border looks at least somewhat good. The Scots don't have a lot of a good thing happening to them because, well, this is going on. A lot of attention is going on over here, and yeah, Europe looks a bit militarized. Also, Morocco, you are looking quite big. It's around this time that we also see that the red team will make a very shocking thing happen to their friend country over here, and that will be. Why aren't you part? I thought I made you. What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? Well, dang. Yeah, if I didn't make it clear, this guy kind of gets annexed. So, yep. After a few dozen years, they get annexed, and the red team doesn't kind of care about some. We see that this guy also gets annexed. And Sudan looks a bit militaristic, not gonna lie. This Eritrea is kinda now part of them. You could call them Eritrea now, not gonna lie. This was Sudan, I think. Yeah, this could be Sudan actually. But we see that this guy will make a shocking move, and that will be by annexing this little guy. Yes. Annex it. Now, Europe is going to be quite surprised by this, with this country being so small. They were about to join these guys, but after a small queue, this guy was like, yeah, we're now part of this guy. Sucks to be you. And that will be the end of this video, but I'm gonna promise you guys we're going to have a possible world war before even colonization starts, but this won't be a world war because no, this is going to be a large war. And I'm going to see you guys next time. Bye!